Good morning, class. Today
Morning.
we are going to be discussing the Bill of Rights. How many of you know about the Bill of Rights?
Me.
Good. Well, we're going to discuss that a little bit later. But first, we need to talk about a brief history of the Bill of Rights. And the first place we need to start with that is the ratification of the U.S. Constitution. The Constitution was written in 1787, and delegates from 13 states met in Philadelphia to discuss writing the Constitution, and they made several drafts. The first draft discussed about the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary branches, and what powers they hold. And later that year, and still in 1787, they ratified it. But in retrospect, Thomas Jefferson noticed that there wasn't any rights pertaining to the individual rights of the people. So therefore, Thomas Jefferson decided we need to add something in there. So later that year in 1787, he called back all the delegates to discuss the Bill of Rights, and they thought it was a great idea. And with James Madison drafting it, inspired by Thomas Jefferson's ideas, they came up with the initial Bill of Rights, and in 1791 it was adopted. Now, in this Bill of Rights, there are certain unalienable rights that pertain to all human beings living in the United States that cannot be taken away. And I want to know is, how many of these rights do you guys know? So pull out a pen and a piece of paper and write down as many Bill of Rights. Out of the 10 Bill of Rights, how many of them do you know? Since you already said that you've heard of it.
So like freedom of speech would be one, right?
Just write down, just brainstorm for a minute. All right, turn in, let me see your papers, see how you did. Freedom of speech. Yep, that's the first one. Bear arms, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, right to bear arms. Liberties of the person. So you have the first, the second, and the seventh Amendment rights set down.
Is church and state as one too?
Church and state, church is not included, but state is. But this is part of the homework. This is part of the homework assignment, because the founding fathers felt that certain rights, certain bills of rights, were unique to Americans because of the experiences that they felt with their occupation of English. Like the first one, the whole taxation without representation in the Stamp Act was one example. So there is a Bill of Rights discussing, that people cannot be, people need just cause, to warrant arrest. Quartering of soldiers is another Bill of Rights, another issue of the Bill of Rights, which is uniquely American. So this leads me to our homework assignment, which I'm going to give you a handout of the 10 actual Bill of Rights, and I want you to take them home, and I want you to pick one, and I want you to talk about it, summarize it, and reflect on the Bill of Rights. Did you like it? And do you like this bill? Do you not like this bill? Could it be changed? Could it be revised? So on and so forth. Time.